What's up everybody, it's your boy Gumby. Welcome back to another Otaquest anime review. Today we're covering Serial Experiments Lain. Let's get into it. What was going on when Serial Experiments Lain actually dropped in our reality? Let's take it all the way back to 1998. In the year 98, believe it or not, gas was about $1.15. Jay-Z had just dropped The Hard Knock Life Volume 2. Lauryn Hill just dropped The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Bill Clinton got caught in the scandal. We were 2 years away from Y2K, on the brink of the age of information and technology, and now we have Serial Experiments Lain. A middle schooler living in suburban Japan with her family, starting with Mika, her older sister, who technically seems a bit dissociated from her sister's entire life. Who is she? Where is she going? Why do I care? I really don't. 2, we've got her mom. Super cold, doesn't respond to Lain, doesn't care about what she's doing, it doesn't matter who's around, she just doesn't give any care. The father, although he is interested in his daughter, it seems that he's interested for the wrong reason. The Wired. So, you're probably thinking global communication, The Wired, sounds a bit like, yeah, you got it, the internet. This new virtual reality world known as The Wired has been the introduction to the very new idea where all humans can connect through subconscious. Your mind and your brain and your space is all shared in one consciousness with other people. Now this can be a great thing, but since it's your subconscious, it's basically pseudo-reality. So what's stopping your subconscious and your pseudo-reality from mixing with someone else's subconscious, or everyone's subconscious from mixing in to one subconscious? This entire idea of a collective human consciousness or subconsciousness that's being shared through everyone can only be explained within the show or the parameters of Serial Experiment Lain by the idea of the human presence. The Earth lets go of or emits a few electromagnetic and radio waves from its core, and they vibrate around the planet. These resonances are low radio waves or low frequency waves. If somehow these waves can travel from one side to the planet to the other or across, unhinged, unencumbered, then that means someone could possibly create a linking communication system through these electromagnetic waves.
Individually, their psi may be quite weak, but harnessing the collective unconscious.
So with this idea, of course, like any mad genius or scientist, there was one guy who had to try and monopolize the entire idea. This guy worked with Tachibana Labs, who could probably be equivalent to our Microsoft of this day and age. If The Wired is a global communication network, Tachibana Labs wanted to make their own internet protocol to make things better for themselves. Whoever has their own internet protocol, whoever has their own setup, basically online, can control internet commerce. In this particular setup, Tachibana Labs went from their 6th generation to their 7th generation of The Wired, along with the rest of the world. As the overhaul and the update was happening, the new god of The Wire was, at the time, Tachibana Labs' director for Protocol 7. Since he created the new generation by himself, amongst his workers and other people, what he decided to do was to put in a back door so he could become the god of The Wired and he can control everything. But his only way to do that successfully was to upload his entire consciousness, body, mind, soul, and all onto The Wired.
Just remember, you no longer need a body.
After uploading his consciousness, his body withers away and dies later. This man actually realizes that the world is going to make everything online globally communicated, so what he decided to do is to basically give himself a leg up.
You know that if only one believer remains, then I can still be a god.
Chisa Yamada decided to kill herself. In committing suicide, she begins to send emails to all of her friends. Everyone thinks it's a prank because she's dead, however Lain takes it seriously. People are beginning to see Lain inside The Wired, although Lain doesn't even have a Navi or a home computer.
They are all human.
Lain's being seen in The Wired. She's being seen out of The Wired. She's somehow omniscient in The Wired. It seems that where Lain goes, she almost shows a different identity here and there, so some people don't know if she's Lain of The Wired or if she's Lain of the real world. Listen to this. The entire series, the entire show, You're thinking that Lane is being followed by certain people. She's just somehow getting into the wire because her dead classmate has sent her emails and she was the one to respond. When overall, the story flips around and it's shown Lane is actually a program, software created by Masime himself so she could be the goddess on his right-hand side to control the Wired and basically all of humanity once the lines between humanity's subconscious and the Wired subconscious blurred together so it could be one pseudo-subconscious.
I said that you've always existed in the Wired, didn't I?
Lane took a level of humanity, so to speak, a level of sentience. Once she realized that she was actually a program, actually software, and she had found a way to manifest herself in the real world, she decided maybe she would just be better for her to be the omniscient background ruler, tinkerer, and watcher of all things.
And you don't seem to understand.
Serial Experiments Lain is a really interesting anime because it is one of the Lain is actually one of the very first mind-altering cyberpunk animes of my generation.
I promise you I'll always be right here. I'm right next to you. Forever.